Gracias por estar con nosotros. Yo soy Mario Decunto y estamos aquí en tu comunidad. Y hoy tengo el placer de tener la presidenta de la organización 904 Ward. Sería 904 para adelante. Sería en inglés 904.org. Se pueden ir al website para descubrir más de esta organización. Pero tengo ahora la presidenta, doctora Kimberly Allen, que le decimos Kim porque ella es así. Es muy buena persona y quiere hablar un poquito de esta gran organización que está acá en Jacksonville, moviendo la equidad racial, ¿no? So, sorry, I was trying to translate racial equity in my brain. It was like coming to me. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me, Mario. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Tell us a little bit about 904 and what are some of the things that keep you moving with 904 in Jacksonville?
Absolutely. 904 is a nonpartisan nonprofit here in Jacksonville, Florida. We work across the state of Florida, and our vision is an end to racism so that all people thrive. And we do that work by helping people to engage in difficult conversations about race. We want to help them build relationships, extend and build bridges for people to learn about each other so that we can take collective action.
Perfect. Bueno, para los que ya saben inglés, me imagino que ya la entendieron bien, pero vamos a hacer igual un intercambio en español para que entiendan que 904 es una organización que ayuda a hacer esas conversaciones difíciles a veces que ocurren entre los temas de raza en los Estados Unidos y ellos tratan de facilitar que pasen estas cosas que a veces son difíciles para muchas personas hacer y después de ahí traer más armonía a nuestra comunidad. So in a way, you're kind of helping to bring more harmony to our community.
Absolutely. It's my firm belief, it's the organization's belief that a lot of people just don't understand each other. If we are willing to engage in conversations, share our experiences, we'll find that we have a lot more in common than we do that separates us.
Right. So we really have probably more in common than right, like you're saying.
That's right.
And but some people think it's the opposite, right?
Yeah, some people will exacerbate those differences to make it seem like we're further apart than we really are. Yeah. When really, if we just engage in conversations with each other, we would find that, you know, you like the same kind of music I like, you like the same kinds of foods I like. We had a similar upbringing. There's so much more that we have in common than that divides us.
Tantas cosas que nos trae, que nos hacen, tantas cosas en común que tenemos. Y en realidad, si enfocamos siempre en las cosas que no tenemos en común, ahí es donde se empiezan a dividir las personas y las comunidades y cosas que después traen problemas. Así que mejor tener estas conversaciones y gracias a Dios que hay una organización acá en Jacksonville que nos puede ayudar con eso, porque en realidad son más cosas en común que tenemos con nuestros vecinos que al revés. Y es bueno tener un entendimiento de eso. Para que haya más armonía en nuestra comunidad. It's very important. You know, it's always interesting. People tell me that when the lights go out, the power goes out, when there's a hurricane, or when there's something that goes on in a community, people start going out of their doors because TVs don't work, or they need help cutting a tree down, and they start getting to know their neighbors. And all of a sudden, even in New York City, I heard this happen when the hurricane came through. And they had one of the most harmonious times they had during a crisis when everybody came together to help each other out. And it's just interesting how when we can't get beyond our doors, beyond our computer screens, beyond our TV screens, and we're all locked up, get in our car, lock the doors, get to work, lock the doors, get back. We're not really. We're living in a city full of people, but we're confined. I feel like many times. I don't know.
Yeah, we're in our bubbles, right? We're in our protective bubbles. What feels safe, what feels comfortable and familiar. That's the human tendency. But also, I think the human tendency is to be in relationship. We don't survive without each other. We are intended to be very communal. And society, technology has allowed us to sort of be selfish, but also reserved, more sort of me versus everybody else.
Yeah.
And
or emboldened.
Or emboldened, right? You say things on social media and in platforms that you wouldn't say to someone's face. And we've retreated to our own corners, our separate corners. And really we should be coming to the middle. We all should be coming to the middle to try and find ways that we can continue to work together, build community, because we need each other to survive.
Yeah. Le estaba comentando a la doctora, qué interesante como cuando hay una crisis o cuando hay un huracán o de repente se pierde la luz y estamos afuera hablando con nuestros vecinos, la gente ayudándose uno al otro. Y es ahí donde a veces la gente se conoce por la primera vez y se dan cuenta que la gente en realidad quiere ayudarse y quiere estar más unidos. Y ella comentó que es cierto. Y lamentablemente con lo que está pasando con los medios sociales, que la gente se mete en la computadora, vive en su globito privado, donde no salen, van al trabajo, vuelven y no tienen una exposición a la gente alrededor, viven en un mundo artificial y después no podemos llegar a conocer en realidad quiénes son las personas de verdad porque tenemos una vista artificial. So we're almost like creating like an artificial world.
Yes.
Where we're even creating people who we are not, and personas that maybe don't exist, and people don't even like showing sometimes what they really look like. We don't even know who our kids are talking to sometimes online.
That's right.
Which is frightening. So yeah, times have changed. So 90 Forward for me seems to be a very necessary organization. For the more we talk, the more I'm like, thank goodness. Lo más que vamos hablando, lo más que nos estamos viendo que hay más gente separada, aunque creen que están juntos porque están por los medios sociales, pero es tan importante tener una organización como 90 Forward en este momento para atraer a la gente y unir más a la gente. How important to have this right now for us. Thank you.
I appreciate it. It's very important. It's the best part of my day is when I get to meet new people and I get to talk about this work and folks are like, we like what you're doing. Keep going. And I say, yes, and come with me. Let's do it together. We have work to do.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, as we were talking before we went on the air, how great it would be for us to do something for our Hispanic community. And you were telling me about how you're on the works right now of translating some of the material that you're using. So, we're all for it, and, anything that we can do to help, get us more united with all of our members of the community. Because, the last census reports that Jacksonville now surpassed the big 10% marks. We're at 11+% Hispanics. I think something like 160,000 people moved to Jacksonville in the last few years, and a lot of those people are Hispanic, just from going to the store. You can hear people, and so I think that we're going to need something, because cities that grow too fast and don't have a chance to get to know each other, they start going to their silos, and we need to hit early before they start retracting, right?
That's right. And we need to invite, right? Invite people to share what makes them special. Why'd you choose this place? What do you want to offer this place? What can this place offer you? How can we build this place so that you feel welcome? Welcome to Jacksonville, right? And then how are you going to contribute? Like, what are we going to do together? How can we make sure that you leave your mark here on this city? That the city is not the same because you're here in the best possible way, and celebrate that.
How exciting that. Hablando de las oportunidades que tenemos para tratar de unir a nuestra comunidad hispana, integrar a las nuevas personas que están viniendo a Jacksonville, dice la doctora que sería bueno a la gente que hable y que digan qué es lo que quieren contribuir y qué marca quieren dejar ustedes en esta ciudad, porque la ciudad no va a ser igual ya que está usted acá. Y es cierto, cada uno tenemos la posibilidad de hacer un cambio y por lo bueno. Y qué más lindo que tenerlo en una reunión donde se pueden juntar y conocer más personas que están acá en Jacksonville. So what a nice opportunity that would be to get people together that's a great question to ask. That's and I never would have thought of a question like that. That's a great
I'm always asking questions. I'm curious, so anytime I get to ask the questions, I love it.
Yes, that's a good question. Well, thank you for coming on the show, and is there anything that you would like to add or talk about, or anything that we have coming up a little bit for 90 Forward coming up?
Yes, I would love to, first of all, just thank you for having me on the show. It's been an incredible opportunity, and invite you and everybody watching to check out 90forward.org/events to stay on top of the things that we are doing in the community. And we'd love to, once we have all our programs and materials translated, we'd love to come back and see how we can get the community more engaged, more involved, more together as we continue our journey to ending racism so all people thrive.
Yes, how exciting that is to have that opportunity. And también la doctora quería invitar a todo el mundo que nos está mirando que vayan al website, que se fijen en 904ward.org / no sé cómo es la línea para adelante, events, ¿no? EVENTS. O lo que si vienen en la pantalla, tomen una foto, así ya lo pueden tener para después. Así pueden ver los eventos que están incorporando ahora en Jacksonville. Y después están traduciendo los eventos también y el material, así pueden tener más cosas. Si tienen hijos en la escuela que están viendo que hay problemas de racismo o cosas así, también siguen cosas buenas para incorporar, para que 90 Forward pueda ayudar también a toda la comunidad. Así que, and I was telling them, if you have children in school that sometimes need that integration, probably it would be a good idea for our younger generation to be tapped into 90 Forward.
Absolutely. We have teen volunteers. We host conversations with young people. So we love families. We love young people. We are always doing something great with our volunteers. So absolutely.
Wonderful. Bueno, sí, se ve que parece que tienen eventos para los teenagers que es tan importante para nuestra gente joven que siempre se encuentra en estos problemas, ¿no?, de comunicación. Bueno, thank you again,
thank you.
Dr. Kimm. I keep calling you Dr. Kimm. You keep
Call me Kimm.
Bueno, queremos volver a agradecer a la doctora Kimberly Allen de 90 Forward, la organización acá en Jacksonville, que trata de ayudar con problemas raciales en nuestra comunidad. Le agradecemos mucho por los esfuerzos que hace para nosotros y para todos. No se vayan, ya venimos porque volvemos con una conversación con Janet. Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you so much.